We are halfway through the month of May. Today, we'll be discussing sneakers to resell in the remainder of the month. If you're not into reselling, that's okay as well. You could use this guide to know what are going to be the most hype sneakers, the most limited, or even what popular general releases may go on sale because, hey, we're all trying to save some money. Specifically, we'll be discussing the name of the sneaker, the retail, the release date, and whether the sneaker will be profitable or not, or if they may even sit on shelves, resulting in a sale price. Be sure to subscribe and enable post notifications. This way you always stay 100% updated on all these profitable releases. Also, be sure to follow my Twitter for urgent updates and info, KeithAdam10, and also personals for you, such as the recent shock drops we've seen. Kicking it off with the 13th, we will finally be seeing the full release of the highly anticipated Jordan 4 Thunder. If you didn't know, these already shock dropped via sneakers, hence pre-sale is already low. Make sure to follow my Twitter so you get these notifications for all these types of drops. And of course, for early information, Endurance always has your back, or maybe if you're looking to learn to bot and much more. In fact, Endurance was actually just restocked today. If it's not in stock by the time you're watching this video, you can feel free to join the waitlist with the link in the description. Anyway, despite pre-sale already being a bit low, I would still expect these to be profitable with a subpar to decent margin, mostly on the larger sizes. Remember, pre-sale is so low because there are already tons in circulation, so after the drop, we might even see a jump in price if they are oversold right now. Also on the 13th, for $120, the Dunk Low Team Red and White will be having their Europe drop, as they already released in the US. Sizes 11 and above should be lunch money with a poor to subpar margin, but smaller sizes only seem to be good for local sales. Then on the 16th, for $110, the Dunk Low Mika Green will be dropping. Unfortunately, pre-sale is already at retail, so I'd have to say personal only for these. Also on the 16th for $110, the Dunk Low Athletic Department will be dropping. Similar to the prior pair, pre-sale is already very close to retail on these, so I would have to say personal only. Then on the 17th, for $210, we may potentially be seeing the Jordan 5 Craft Light Orwood Brown drop. I say potentially because they might potentially get delayed, but so far they are still set on the 17th. Either way, whenever they do end up dropping, I'd expect them to be mostly personals, and you might even be able to grab them for below retail if you're patient. Moving on to the 18th for $200, the delayed Jordan 3 Lucky Green will be dropping. Unfortunately, pre-sale is already close to retail, so I'd have to say personal only for these two. And the same goes for the Dunk Mid Black Panda, which also drops on the 18th for $115. Personals only for these. Also on the 18th for $195, the Mischief Gobstopper Grey Lang Goose will be dropping. Based off the prior pair and even the red boots working, I'd expect the same fate for these, so personal only for these two, unfortunately. Then on the 19th, for $150, the Fragment Design and Clot Dunk Low collaboration will be dropping. This is definitely one of the better Clot collabs we have seen recently, not to mention it's also a Fragment collab, which inevitably will add even more demand. Based off how prior Clot Air Force 1s have done, and the Dunk Low also being a high demand model, I would expect these to also have a similar level of demand, especially given their very universal black and white colorway. Hence, I'd expect these to be profitable with a good to very good margin. This should definitely be a really solid drop to look forward to. Also on the 19th for $110, the Dunk Low Rose Whisper in women's sizes will be dropping. Unfortunately, they're already pretty close to retail, so I'd have to say mostly just personals unless you have no tax and local buyers. Also on the 19th for $125, the Dunk High Stadium Green should be restocking. These are already below retail in the secondary market, so obviously personals only. The Dunk High Pale Vanilla will also be dropping on the 19th for $125. While pre-sale is better, demand does not look good on these, so I'd have to say personal only for these two. Then on the 20th for $110, the Dunk Low Gorge Green in women's sizes will be dropping. Unfortunately, pre-sale on these is already close to retail too, so I'd also have to say personals only on these as well. More importantly, on the 20th for $200, we should be seeing the Spiderman Across The Spiderverse Jordan 1's release. Similar to the Jordan 4 Thunders, these did shock drop already, hence pre-sale is already so low. Remember, I always tweet out these shock drops, so make sure you do follow my Twitter if you haven't already. Anyway, I don't expect these to do as well as the Origin Story ones, obviously. Even those only went for $280 after their initial drop in 2018, and clearly when it comes to these, pre-sale is already below that. However, they should still do well enough for profitability with a poor to subpar margin, with larger sizes being the best. So this should still be a good opportunity for some easy money, just nothing crazy. Unfortunately, the grade school pairs, which dropped for $150, appear to be personal only as of now since pre-sale is near retail. But I do think that they have solid hold potential long term, which we'll cover in a full seller hold video. Then on the 24th, for $200, the Jordan 6 Toro Bravo will be dropping. While pre-sale doesn't look terrible, I'd still expect these to perform like most recent Jordan 6s, which means they're mostly just personals unless you have no tax in your state and local buyers for large sizes. Then on the 25th, for $110, the Dunk Low Patchwork If Lost Return To will be dropping. Unfortunately, these are already below retail, so I'd have to say personals only. It's even in the name. If you buy, return to Nike. Also on the 25th, for $110, the Ja 1 Hunger will be dropping. I'd expect these to perform somewhere between the prior two pairs, being the Day 1 pair and the Trivia pair. So at best, I'd only expect potential lunch money with a poor margin on the large sizes. Otherwise, they're mostly just personals. Then on the 26th, for $110 in men and women and $90 in grade school, we should be seeing yet another restock, the Dunk Low Pandas. Since so much stock has constantly been releasing, these are unfortunately mostly personals in women's sizes, and only large men's sizes are lunch money with a poor margin if you have no tax or local buyers. The grade school pairs are also in a similar situation where they're just about lunch money on sizes 5.5 and up, with a poor margin if you have no tax or local buyers. Unfortunately, these are not what they used to be. That's just supply and demand doing its work. Jumping to the 27th for $180, the Jordan 1 Vibrations of Naya will be dropping. I'd expect these to just be personals, and you should even be able to grab these for below retail if you're patient. Also on the 27th for $210, the Jordan 14 Laney may potentially be dropping. These should also just be personals, and you might even be able to grab them for below retail if you're patient on these too. But anyway, that's going to conclude it for today. You can feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed, or maybe if you learned a thing or two. Subscribe to stay 100% updated on all hyped sneaker news. Also, you can feel free to check out the links in the description below for reliable, fast, residential proxies from Kip Proxies, or feel free to join e-deals with the free trial link below. Furthermore, feel free to follow Endurance on Twitter for updates on restocks or key giveaways, and the same goes for Gargantua if you want to keep up with the progress or restocks. Last but not least, make sure to follow Keith Adam 10 and Personals for You. This way you guys stay updated on all urgent info like I was going over today. With that though, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, good luck on these upcoming releases.